The United States is pushing for a truce in Gaza by next week. Speaking to reporters before leaving Washington for Florida, President Donald Trump said, "We hope it's going to happen and we are looking for it to happen sometime next week." Trump also confirmed he will be meeting his Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House on Monday, where the two leaders will discuss the situation in Gaza and Iran. Meanwhile, the Israeli army says it is reviewing a deadly strike on a seafront cafe in northern Gaza. The military claimed the target was Hamas fighters. However, rescuers on the ground said 24 people were killed in the attack. An Israeli army spokesperson stated that steps had been taken to minimize harm to civilians using aerial surveillance before the strike. The incident is currently under review. On the humanitarian front, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, or GHF, has responded to growing criticism from several aid organizations. Speaking to Reuters, GHF said it had delivered more than 52 million meals in 5 weeks and called on other humanitarian groups to join in feeding Palestinians in Gaza. The foundation claimed other groups had seen nearly all their aid looted. GHF's statement comes amid rising international concern over its food aid distribution model. More than 170 NGOs, including Oxfam, Save the Children, Amnesty International, have called for the dismantling of the GHF system, backed by the US and Israel. The NGOs say the system is putting civilians at grave risk. A joint statement released in Geneva said Palestinians are being forced to choose between starvation and the threat of being shot while seeking food. Medical authorities in Gaza report that over 500 people have been killed in mass shootings near food distribution points or along transport routes guarded by Israeli forces since the GHF began operating in late May. And since dawn today, at least 51 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli attacks across Gaza, according to a hospital sources cited by Al Jazeera. The attacks have continued across various parts of the Strip, including central Gaza. A teenager was killed and 2 terrorists eliminated after government offices came under attack in Balochistan's Mastung district on Tuesday. According to Balochistan government spokesperson Shahid Rind, the terrorists described as India-backed targeted the Tehsil office, government buildings, and a bank. 7 individuals were injured in the assault. The banned Balochistan Liberation Army has been linked to increasing terror activity in the region throughout 2024. Security forces responded swiftly. The Frontier Constabulary Counter-Terrorism Department and levies cordoned off the area. Rind said in an intense exchange of fire ensued, during which 2 terrorists were killed and 3 others injured. Authorities described the operation as organized, with clearance activities and intelligence-based search operations underway to trace the attackers or facilitators. Deputy Commissioner Atar Abbas Raja confirmed the incident to Dawn.com, saying heavy firing and blasts were heard around 11 a.m. The government stated the timely response helped prevent further loss of life. Pakistan has seen a rise in terror incidents, especially in Balochistan and KP, since the banned Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan ended its ceasefire in late 2022. In May, a school bus bombing in Kusdar left 10 people, including 8 children, dead. In recent weeks, 4 other Indian-sponsored terrorists were killed in separate operations in Duki and Kutchi. In economic news, Pakistan's inflation for June rose 3.2% year-on-year, aligning with the Finance Ministry's forecast of 3 to 4%. Month-on-month inflation ticked up to 0.2%, reversing the same drop in May. The state bank had kept its policy rate steady at 11% in June, projecting inflation to stabilize within 5 to 7% range. Despite inflation concerns, the Pakistan Stock Exchange surged on the first day of fiscal year 2025-26. The KSE 100 index jumped over 2,500 points, closing it at a record of 128,199.42. Analysts attributed the bullish momentum to easing geopolitical tensions, expected interest rate declines, and improved economic indicators. Market experts noted increasing public participation, a shift from fixed income to equities due to new tax measures, and optimism over upcoming corporate earnings. The Finance Ministry's latest report also forecast a positive export outlook and an uptick in large-scale manufacturing, pointing to a strengthening economic recovery. Thailand's Constitutional Court has suspended Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra from duty, pending a case that could lead to her dismissal. The court accepted a petition filed by 36 senators accusing her of dishonesty and violating ethical standards. The petition stems from a leaked June 15 phone call with Cambodia's former leader, Hun Sen, intended to de-escalate tensions over territorial dispute and troop buildup along the border. The leak has sparked domestic outrage. One major party quit Paetongtarn's coalition, accusing her of undermining Thailand's sovereignty. The government now holds only a razor-thin majority, while protest groups threaten further demonstrations demanding a new administration. Paetongtarn, Thailand's youngest prime minister at 37 and the 4th member of the Shinawatra family to hold the office, accepted the court's decision and publicly apologized. During the leak call, she was seen kowtowing before Hun Sen and criticized a Thai army commander a serious offense in a country where the military holds significant influence. The political crisis comes just 10 months after Paetongtarn assumed office following the dismissal of her ally Srettha Thavisin by the same court. Her leadership has been marked by struggles to revive Thailand's economy and declining popularity. A recent opinion poll showed her approval rating dropped from 30.9% in March to just 9.2% in June. As the court reviews her case, Deputy Prime Minister Surya Juangroongruangkit will serve as caretaker Prime Minister.